Completely burnt out and sick. We prayed, asked for help, and we got exactly what we needed. Welcome back to the RV Odd Couple. My name is John.
And I'm Mercedes. Long story short, we sold most of our possessions in pursuit of freedom, independence, and adventure.
That's exactly what we're doing. And in this video, we're going to share how Mercedes and I burnt out, got sick, and we're going to show you some absolutely amazing footage of these Steller jays after a walk we went on asking for help. How these Steller jays are starting to build their nest in the back of our RV.
Yeah, and pretty much they saved us from ourselves. So we're going to tell you the story, but first things first, do not do as we did.
Yeah, don't burn yourself out like we did. It's been a long time since we took a break. The last time was Sedona, Arizona. Too long. So throughout this video, I'm going to show you guys some footage of these birds that I bet you'd never ever see anywhere else. We've got about 10 hours total of footage. I'm going to play it, kind of insert it within the video and enjoy it. I'm pretty sure that we're going to get contacted by the National Audubon Society, even National Geographic, for some of the photos that I've got. But I'm going to share some of the best ones with you guys today.
There's also a giveaway, so stay tuned.
So last Wednesday, we were on with the RV wingman, Alan Warren, and Mercedes and I were both sick. The next morning, we were to leave, pack all our stuff up, and drive 5 hours into Yosemite Park.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Oh, by the way, the day that we traveled, we had a video due the next morning.
Right. We get to the park, we set up camp. So we start shooting video for Friday morning's due date at 8 o'clock.
p.m. on Thursday.
We upload the video, we get in front of the editing software at 10 o'clock that night.
Yeah.
And Mercedes just looked at me and broke down crying. She's like, we can't put this up. I looked at the video and I said, no, we look sick.
Well, it was kind of funny. I couldn't keep my eyes open in the video because I was so tired. So I didn't realize this. And then I opened my eyes and one of them is like bright red. And I'm like, John, I have a problem. And he's like, which one? And I'm like, look. And he looks at me and he goes, whoa. Like, It was so red. And then trying to edit at 10 o'clock at night.
It was going to be brutal. And we knew it was going to be an all-nighter, which we've done in the past. We've gone right through 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning to get a video out. But we threw in the towel. We went to bed. We got up early the next morning, went right back to start, getting some footage that wasn't crap.
Yeah, to reshoot,
reshoot, and we realized that every single battery and every single camera was dead, and all of our cards, our video cards, memory cards, were completely full. And then I start panicking, so I'm just...
He's pacing, right? He's pacing in the RV, and the RV is not that big to be pacing around. And so I'm starting to get worried about him, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, we need to go for a walk. If you're gonna walk, at least do it in a bigger area.
Yeah. So she looked at me and said, "Let's go for a walk," and we got sage ready. And we both held hands and said a prayer. We just stopped and said, "Let's say a prayer before we go for this walk," and that's what we do. And we headed out the door for our walk. And as soon as we walked outside, we're like, wow, this place is beautiful. We're in Yosemite Park, right? So we go on our walk, and we walk about a half mile, and there's this beautiful setting right next to this raging river because all the snow melt's still going on, so the rivers are really fast.
It's gorgeous.
We sit down in these chairs, and this guy, James, shows up.
Yeah, we strike up a conversation with him, and he was so kind. He's been RVing for 5 years, and he was asking us questions. He's like, so how long have y'all been RVing, and where did you start off? And so we told him how we started in Florida, and we told him our trek. And he starts listing these places. Oh, so y'all saw this.
You must have saw this. You must have saw this. You must have saw that. And we look at him and said, no, we've seen Sedona, Arizona, which was just beautiful, and we went to Joshua Tree.
Yeah.
So we work a lot as we travel, and he looks at us. Go ahead.
Well, he's like, y'all got to start over.
Y'all got to start over.
We start laughing so hard.
We just started laughing our asses off. And then
he was so honest.
He was so honest, and he was brutally honest with us, which is what we like. We like it when people are honest with us, right? So
he's helping us because he's a vet, and he's telling us all the goodies.
He's giving us all the tips that we need to know while we're here. We get back to the RV, and as we're walking up to the RV, our neighbor, who we've never met before, because we just got there the night before, she walks up and she's got this book in her hand that says 5,000 great places to visit in the USA.
Yeah.
And me and Mercedes, as soon as she gave it to us, we just looked at each other and we were like, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
A sign, literally a sign. And because half of the reason we miss some of these places is because we didn't realize where they were. You kind of have to research it. So
and we're in a big rig. We can't just pull over and go a different route.
Exactly. So, you have to plan being in such a big rig.
So we were done with that. We both walked in the house, and as soon as we walked in the house, we looked through the back window and we realized, oh my God, look at that view. We're backed right up to Yosemite National Forest. We've got this big picture window, and we're sitting right on this river. Didn't even recognize it. That's how messed up my brain was the night before and that morning. And, and out of the corner of my eye, we start seeing these blue streaks kind of fly by the window, and these birds, they're called Stellers jays. They start building this nest, and the ladder's on the back of my rig, and these guys can work. They're just absolutely gorgeous. Neither one of us had seen them before. They got these like tall mohawks on the top of their head, and then this just gorgeous blue color. And immediately because then all the cameras were charged, I went and I grabbed the cameras and I started shooting, setting the GoPros up, looking down in the nest, and setting my slow-mo cameras up lower on the ground and doing a time lapse. And I just got lost in nature, and it's exactly what I needed. And isn't that the way life is? You ask for help, you get it. You get into trouble when you start running the show all by yourself and not asking for the help that you need.
He's technically working, shooting, but it doesn't feel like he's working. Yeah. It's fun, it's exciting, it's creative. So it's pretty funny because I gave him such a hard time for having 3 ladders, and the ladders are being used by the birds, and now he needs another ladder. The other thing that struck us to our core was we noticed that they were working on their nest.
They were working on their nest. They're building a nest. And Mercedes and I have been so busy, we haven't been taking very good care of our own nest.
Exactly.
2-3 days before that, we had my tools stretched all over our whole camping site. Everyone in this campground thought we were nuts. We put those back, so those were organized, but we still need a lot of work to do.
One of the things that we did that day, we've been meaning to put up our map. Those maps of the USA? We've been meaning to put them up.
You put the states as you go through them.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny. You're supposed to put the background first, but we don't follow directions, so we put the states.
I never follow directions. The states were on the sticker, and I put the sticker on the side of the RV.
It was so awesome.
We did go ahead and we bought our America the Beautiful Pass, $80, hands down, incredible deal. It's good for our whole family inside the truck for 1 year.
And a quick tip, that if you buy it at the beginning of the month, so we got it May 2nd, it's going to be good until the end of May 2020.
So the earlier you get it in the month, they actually give you 13 months or 12 months plus the days that are left in the month that you purchase it.
The first 2 days, they are working sun up to sundown. It's crazy, and it's
We've got this on time lapse as they build the nest, and they're putting mud to make the bottom nice.
It's an intricate process.
It is.
It's not just twigs like I would think on the outset. They're doing certain levels and layers, and it's a whole process, right? So we're watching that, we're taking notes, and the first 2 days they're working like crazy, and then the next morning I saw them a little bit early morning after those 2 days, and then they're gone all day.
They disappeared after 2 days of doing all that work. So I reached out to my older daughter, Mackenzie, who just graduated Iowa State with a major in animal sciences. And I said, Kenz, I got this bird. Well, she sends me a whole bunch of stuff on this bird. She knew exactly what we were talking about.
This.
Yeah, my daughter's so amazing and brilliant. And so she gave us what's going to happen. And she told us they were going to build that nest. Then they were going to disappear and come back in the morning to make sure it was safe. And they were going to go out and do the dirty birdie in the woods to propagate whatever you do to have eggs as a bird, whatever birds do. And then they'll come back and they'll test that nest out to make sure it's safe before she drops the eggs. And she said that process can take up to 5 days.
Yeah.
5 days, we'll put it right at Mother's Day, right? So again, we're thinking, this has got to be a sign. This has got to be a sign. Since then, we're continuing to shoot. We're continuing to take notes. This place is absolutely beautiful. We're relaxing. And we put in a request to Thousand Trails to extend our stay as long as it takes
for the birds,
for these birds to hatch. If there's eggs dropped in that nest while we're here, we're not leaving. They're going to have to get the state patrol to get me to budge out of this place, because we're going to stay until this process is done. And so, stay tuned. This video on the birds is to be continued. While we're here, we're going to do some more videos on some things we need to do on our own home, our own nest. So my daughter Mackenzie let me know that typically the gestation, once they do lay the eggs, is typically between 15 and 18 days. And then from the time they hatch is about 3 weeks or 17 days.
I don't remember. We gotta ask her.
And then what's really interesting about this, scientists do not know how long it takes them to leave the nest and actually have their first flight.
So we want to document that.
We're documenting it. We're going to be doing a science project the whole
Yes.
time that we're here. We're going to be reporting to you guys on Facebook, on YouTube stories, if we can figure all that
And
out.
YouTube community.
Yeah, so if you're not part of our Facebook, just go to RV Odd Couple. These Stellar Jays and the whole walk, the experience of James and everything just helped us. We started feeling better. The sickness started going away, right? Almost like an miracle.
My eye cleared
Her
like
eye
that.
cleared like that, and we just had this new pep. Our attitudes have changed. Our health has improved, you know. And we're going to do this. We're going to do our work in God's time, not our time. We're going to stop forcing it. And we're also working on helping a lot of other people who have reached out to us. And Mercedes and I both have big hearts. We want to pay it forward. We want to help as many people as we can. We're going to continue to work on that. We'll let you guys know about it. We're really excited about this. We're really happy that the RV Odd Squad is going to be right with us, sharing it with us.
So we're going to make a commitment to you that we are going to document the bird. So make sure you are subscribed, because on the community tab, you'll be notified with pictures or images or videos on the bird. We're going to keep you up to date on the progress.
On Facebook, we're trying to figure out how to use YouTube stories. We've never used that before. You guys know anything about that? Send us in the comments what to do.
But we're going to keep you guys informed about the birds, and we invite you guys to guess which date are they going to lay their eggs. Is it going to be Mother's Day? Is it going to be the day before?
Yep.
And if you guys know anything about these birds, any information you have, we're already doing our research, but this is a really unique opportunity. We don't want to let this go by.
We don't want to miss it. So the way to enter to win a shark's tooth from the RV Odd Couple is to give us 2 dates. The date when they're going to lay the eggs, which should be in the next few days, and then also the date which those eggs are going to hatch. If you get those 2 dates right, you are entered to win a shark's tooth. And if you're the only person to get those 2 dates right, you will win the shark's tooth.
Yeah, in our next video, we're going to show you the last time we took a break and how happy we were.
Yeah.
And you will see how we really don't learn our lesson.
Yeah.